On Lily's side, life isn't any easier. Her younger brother falls ill, requiring expensive treatment she can barely afford. Desperate to help, she takes on extra shifts at her part-time job, exhausting herself physically and emotionally. Through it all, Ethan offers assistance, insisting that money shouldn't stand in the way of saving a loved one. But accepting his help comes with attached strings, that tie her closer to a world she doesn't belong to. Each act of kindness from Ethan chips away at her defenses, making her question whether she's falling for the man or the illusion of security he represents. The turning point comes during a charity gala hosted by Ethan's company. Despite her reluctance, Lily agrees to attend, hoping to show solidarity amidst his professional turmoil. Dressed in a simple yet elegant gown borrowed from her aunt, she steps into a world of opulence and glamour that feels both exhilarating and suffocating. Ethan watches her from across the room, captivated by her grace despite her obvious discomfort. When he finally approaches her, his voice carries a mix of admiration and frustration. "Why do you keep running?" he asks, his tone soft yet probing. "From me, from yourself, from happiness." His words hit a nerve, forcing Lily to confront the walls she's built around her heart. She realizes that her disguise wasn't just for the blind date. It's a metaphor for how she's lived her entire life, hiding parts of herself to avoid pain. But as Ethan stands before her, offering not just wealth but understanding, she wonders if it's worth taking the risk. Before she can respond, a commotion erupts. A journalist accuses Ethan of embezzlement live on camera, sending shockwaves through the room. Panic spreads, and Lily watches as Ethan's carefully constructed image begins to crumble. In the aftermath, Ethan retreats into solitude, shutting everyone out including Lily. Hurt and confused, she tries to reach him, but he pushes her away, convinced that involving her in his mess will only drag her down. Determined not to give up, Lily digs deeper into the accusations, uncovering evidence that could clear his name. Along the way, she discovers secrets about Ethan's family that shed light on his cold demeanor and relentless drive. It's a revelation that forces her to see him in a new light, not as the untouchable billionaire CEO, but as a man shaped by wounds he's never healed. As the pieces fall into place, Lily devises a plan to expose the real culprits behind the scandal. With courage she didn't know she had, she confronts those responsible, risking everything to protect the man she's come to care for. Meanwhile, Ethan, haunted by guilt and regret, realizes what he stands to lose if he doesn't fight for her. He begins to understand that love isn't about control, it's about trust, vulnerability, and choosing someone despite their flaws. The climax builds as Lily prepares to present her findings to the authorities, knowing it could either save Ethan or destroy them both. Tensions run high as old enemies close in, determined to silence her. Ethan, sensing danger, races against time to find her, driven by a desperation he's never felt before. The stakes couldn't be higher, and every decision they make could alter the course of their lives forever. With the truth hanging in the balance and fate poised to strike, the story hurtles toward its resolution. Will Lily and Ethan overcome the odds stacked against them? Can love triumph over deception, betrayal, and fear? As the final pieces of the puzzle come together, the audience is left breathless, eager to see how this tale of resilience, redemption, and romance will unfold. As Lily steps into the dimly lit parking garage, her hands trembling around the folder of evidence she's gathered, she feels the weight of everything pressing down on her. The air is thick with tension, and every sound echoes unnaturally loud in the empty space. She knows this moment could change everything, or cost her everything. Just as she reaches for her car door, a voice cuts through the silence. "You didn't think it would be that easy, did you?" A shadow emerges from the darkness, revealing one of Ethan's former business partners, the mastermind behind the embezzlement scheme. His cold smile sends chills down her spine. Lily freezes, her mind racing. She had expected resistance, but not confrontation like this. Her heart pounds as he takes a step closer, his intentions clear. He'll stop at nothing to protect himself. Summoning every ounce of courage, she clutches the folder tighter and says, "It's over. I have proof, and if anything happens to me, the authorities will know exactly who to look for." Her voice shakes, but there's steel beneath the fear. For a moment, he hesitates, thrown off by her defiance. But then, his expression hardens, and he lunges toward her before he can reach her. Headlights pierce through the shadows, blinding. Then both, a sleek black car screeches to a halt, and Ethan leaps out, his face a mask of fury. Without hesitation, he charges at the man, tackling him to the ground. The two struggle fiercely, years of pent-up anger and betrayal fueling their fight. Lily watches in stunned silence, clutching the folder to her chest as the scene unfolds before her eyes. Finally, Ethan gains the upper hand, pinning the man down until security guards arrive. Alerted by an anonymous tip Lily had sent earlier just in case things went wrong, breathing heavily, Ethan turns to Lily, his eyes searching hers. For a moment, neither of them speaks. Then, without a word, he pulls her into his arms, holding her so tightly it feels like he never wants to let go. In that embrace, all the walls between them crumble. The billionaire CEO, the poor girl disguised as ugly, doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is the truth they've fought for together. The next few days are a whirlwind. With the evidence Lily uncovered and Ethan's testimony, the scandal unravels completely. The real culprits are arrested, clearing Ethan's name and restoring his reputation. The media frenzy dies down, replaced by headlines celebrating justice served. Yet, amidst the chaos, Ethan and Lily retreat to a quiet cabin, nestled in the mountains, a place where they can finally breathe away from prying eyes and expectations. Sitting by the fireplace one evening, Lily reflects on everything that's happened. "I never thought I'd end up here," she admits softly, staring into the flames. "Me either," Ethan replies, his voice tinged with awe. "But maybe that's the point. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and sometimes that's a good thing." He pauses, looking at her with a vulnerability she's never seen before. "Lily, I was wrong about so many things, about love, about trust, about myself. You showed me what it means to truly see someone, not just their surface, but their soul." Tears well up in her eyes as she realizes how far they've come. From a blind date built on deception to standing side by side against impossible odds, their journey has been anything but ordinary. And yet, it's brought them here to a place where they can start anew, stripped of pretenses and fears. Taking a deep breath, Ethan kneels before her, pulling out a simple ring. "I don't care about wealth or titles or any of that. All I care about is you. Will you marry me?" For a moment, time stands still. Lily looks at him, seeing not just the man who once seemed untouchable, but the person he's become because of her. She nods, tears streaming down her face. "Yes," she whispers, her voice full of hope and certainty. As he slips the ring onto her finger, they share a kiss that feels like forgiveness, redemption, and promise all rolled into one. In the months that follow, their lives transform in ways neither of them could have imagined. Ethan uses his resources to fund programs supporting underprivileged communities. Inspired by Lily's resilience and compassion, together they create opportunities for others to rise above circumstances like hers. Meanwhile, Lily finds her voice, writing stories that inspire people to believe in second chances and the power of authenticity. Their wedding is a quiet affair, attended only by those who truly matter: family, friends, and the few allies who stood by them during their darkest hour, as they dance under the stars on their wedding night. Lily leans her head against Ethan's shoulder, feeling an overwhelming sense of peace. "Do you think we'll ever stop surprising each other?" she asks with a smile. He chuckles, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "I hope not. That's what makes life beautiful. The unexpected twists, the challenges, the moments that take your breath away." And so, their story becomes more than just a tale of love conquering adversity. It's a reminder that true connection transcends appearances, that vulnerability is strength, and that even in the face of unimaginable odds, hope can light the way forward. For anyone watching, their journey serves as proof that no matter where you start, you have the power to rewrite your story, one courageous choice at a time. Imagine this: a young woman, born into poverty and burdened by life's hardships, stands in front of a cracked mirror, staring at her reflection. Her name is Lily, and she's about to step into one of the most nerve-wracking moments of her life: a blind date arranged by her well-meaning but overzealous aunt. But here's the twist. Instead of dressing up to impress, Lily has done everything she can to look unremarkable. She wears oversized glasses, dull clothes, and even smudges a little dirt on her cheeks. Why? Because deep down, Lily believes no one would ever choose her for who she truly is. And so, she decides to test fate itself, only to find that fate has other plans. On the other side of town, there's Ethan Carter, a man whose name alone commands respect. A billionaire CEO known for his sharp mind, icy demeanor, and impenetrable walls. He's not someone you'd expect to be sitting nervously in a cafe waiting for a stranger. Yet here he is, reluctantly agreeing to this blind date because his best friend practically begged him. For Ethan, love isn't just complicated, irrelevant. He doesn't believe in fairy tales or happy endings. All he cares about is control, success, and keeping people at arm's length. But today, something feels different. Something tells him that this meeting might change everything. The cafe buzzes with quiet chatter as Lily walks in, her heart pounding like a drum. She scans the room, trying to spot the man her aunt described: a tall, brooding figure who looks more suited to boardrooms than casual coffee dates. When their eyes finally meet, Lily almost gasps. This can't be him. The man before her is devastatingly handsome, with piercing blue eyes and an aura of authority that makes her feel small despite her disguise. As she approaches the table, she reminds herself why she's here: to prove that appearances don't matter, that true connection goes beyond looks. Still, doubt creeps in. What if he sees through her act? What if he rejects her outright? Ethan watches her approach, his expression unreadable. At first glance, she seems ordinary to ordinary. Her frumpy outfit and awkward demeanor are far from what he expected. Yet, there's something about her presence that catches his attention. Maybe it's the way her hands tremble slightly as she adjusts her glasses, or how her voice softens when she says hello. Whatever it is, it intrigues him. Intrigue isn't something Ethan experiences often, and it unnerves him. He's used to being the one in charge, the one calling the shots. But right now, sitting across from this mysterious woman, he feels a flicker of curiosity he hasn't felt in years. Their conversation starts off awkwardly, filled with polite small talk and forced smiles. Lily struggles to keep her nerves in check while Ethan tries to decipher whether there's more to her than meets the eye. Despite her efforts to appear plain, there's an undeniable warmth to her words, a kindness that shines through even her clumsy attempts at humor. Ethan finds himself drawn to it, though he can't quite explain why. Meanwhile, Lily notices how guarded he seems, how every word he speaks feels calculated. It's clear that beneath his polished exterior lies a man carrying heavy burdens, someone who's built walls so high they might never come down. As the minutes tick by, an unexpected connection begins to form between them. They talk about their lives, skirting around the deeper truths, but revealing enough to create a fragile bond. Lily shares snippets of her childhood, painting a picture of resilience and hope amidst adversity. Ethan listens intently, surprised by how much he wants to know more. In turn, he opens up about his relentless pursuit of perfection, admitting that success has come at a cost. For the first person in a long time, Lily sees vulnerability in his steely gaze, and Ethan sees strength in her quiet determination. But just as things start to feel comfortable, a shadow looms over their budding connection. A waiter accidentally spills coffee on Lily's lap, causing chaos and drawing unwanted attention. Flustered, she rushes to clean herself up, inadvertently knocking off her glasses in the process. When she looks up, her disguise slips away, revealing her natural beauty for a brief moment. Ethan freezes, his breath catching in his throat. Who is this woman, really? Is she playing some kind of game? Or is there more to her story than she's letting on? Lily quickly scrambles to recover, putting her glasses back on and retreating behind her carefully constructed facade. But the damage is done. Ethan's mind races with questions, each one pulling him further into a web of intrigue. Why did she hide her appearance? Was it insecurity, fear, or something else entirely? And why does it matter so much to him? Before either of them can address the elephant in the room, the date comes to an abrupt end, leaving both of them unsettled. Back at home, Lily replays the events of the day in her head, wondering if she made a mistake. Did she ruin her chance at proving that love could transcend superficial judgments? Or worse, did she expose too much of herself to a man who might use it against her? As she stares out the window, lost in thought, her phone buzzes with a message. It's from Ethan. Just 3 words. We need to talk. Meanwhile, Ethan paces his penthouse apartment, grappling with emotions he hasn't faced in years. There's anger, confusion, and something else he refuses to name. All he knows is that he can't let this go, not yet. Something about Lily challenges everything he thought he knew about relationships, trust, and maybe even himself. But will she give him the answers he seeks? Or will her secrets drive them apart before they even have a chance to begin? And so, the stage is set for a story that defies expectations, where 2 seemingly opposite souls collide in a world of wealth, deception, and raw emotion. Will Lily's courage overcome her fears? Can Ethan break free from his icy shell and embrace the possibility of love? The journey ahead is fraught with challenges, revelations, and choices that will shape their destinies forever. But for now, the only certainty is uncertainty and the promise of what's to come. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning. Lily stares at her phone, Ethan's message glaring back at her like a challenge. Her heart races as she debates whether to respond or ignore it altogether. She knows this moment was inevitable. The facade she built couldn't last forever. But now that the truth is dangling precariously in the air, she feels exposed, vulnerable in a way she hasn't felt in years. The memory of his piercing gaze lingers in her mind. What did he see when he looked at her? Did he see through her disguise, or was he simply caught off guard by her fleeting beauty? Whatever it was, one thing is clear. Ethan isn't someone who lets things slide easily. Ethan, on the other hand, sits in his sleek office chair, staring out at the glittering city skyline. His thoughts are consumed by Lily, her quiet charm, her guarded demeanor, and the mystery surrounding her. He's used to dealing with people who wear their intentions like badges, but Lily is different. She's an enigma wrapped in contradictions. Was her appearance just a ploy to test him? Or was there something deeper at play? Either way, Ethan can't shake the feeling that she holds answers to questions he didn't even know he had. For a man who thrives on control, this unpredictability unnerves him, and yet it intrigues him too. As days pass, Ethan continues to reach out, sending carefully worded messages that hover between curiosity and demand. Lily hesitates each time, unsure if engaging further will only complicate matters. Yet, she finds herself drawn to his persistence, intrigued by the glimpses of vulnerability beneath his polished exterior. Slowly, they begin exchanging texts, their conversations shifting from cautious pleasantries to raw honesty. Ethan shares fragments of his past childhood, overshadowed by relentless expectations. A father whose approval always seemed just out of reach. In turn, Lily opens up about her struggles growing up poor, the sacrifices she made for her family, and the dreams she tucked away because survival came first. Their connection deepens, but so does the tension. Ethan starts questioning why Lily chose to hide behind a disguise in the first place. Was it fear of rejection, a test of character, or perhaps a reflection of how society has shaped her self-worth? Meanwhile, Lily wrestles with guilt over deceiving him. No matter how well-intentioned her actions might have been, she begins to wonder if Ethan sees her for who she truly is, or if he's merely fascinated by the puzzle she presents. The more they talk, the blurrier the lines become between trust and suspicion, attraction and manipulation. Amidst these swirling emotions, another subplot emerges. Ethan's business empire faces a crisis when rumors of financial misconduct surface, threatening everything he's worked for. Accusations fly, and his once loyal allies start distancing themselves. For a man who prides himself on being untouchable, this betrayal cuts deep. As pressure mounts, Ethan finds himself relying on Lily's calming presence more than ever. Her unwavering support becomes a lifeline, grounding him in moments of chaos. But even as their bond strengthens, doubts linger. Can Ethan fully let go of his need for control and allow himself to lean on someone else? And can Lily step into the role of confidant without losing herself in the process?